Amaterasu, the sun goddess. Imagine the most important, glowing, life-giving celebrity in the universe. That's Amaterasu. She's not just a god, she's the literal sun, the radiant heart of the Shinto pantheon, lighting up everything from rice fields to your morning commute. Her job? To bring light, warmth, and order to the world. She's the ultimate source of life, the reason your plants grow and your coffee brews. The problem? She's also a bit of a diva. When her rowdy brother Susanoo trashed her palace and scared her, she locked herself in a heavenly rock cave, and the world went dark. No sun, no warmth, just chaos and confusion. The other gods had to throw a massive party, complete with dancing and laughter, just to lure her back out. It's like the universe's biggest tantrum with cosmic consequences. She eventually peeked out, saw her reflection in a mirror, and was convinced to return. So yeah, the sun goddess is powerful, a bit sensitive, and susceptible to peer pressure and shiny objects. Without her, there's no Japan, no light, no warmth, just endless darkness. Her light, quite literally, makes everything possible.
Susanoo, the storm god. If Amaterasu is the sun's gentle warmth, Susanoo is the universe's chaotic teenager. He's the god of storms, seas, and general mischief. Born from Izanagi's nose, he quickly proved to be a force of nature, literally. He was loud, destructive, and had a serious temper. Think of that one friend who always escalates things, turns a quiet gathering into a full-blown party, and leaves a trail of minor destruction in their wake. That's Susanoo. His most famous stunt? Trashing his sister Amaterasu's palace, flinging poop, and generally being a menace, which, as you heard, made the sun god furious. He eventually got kicked out of heaven and went on to slay the 8-headed serpent Yamata no Orochi, saving a princess in the process. So he's not entirely bad, just incredibly unpredictable. He embodies the destructive, untamed power of nature, but also the cleansing force that makes new growth possible. He's the necessary chaos that balances divine order.
Tsukuyomi, the moon god. Tsukuyomi is Amaterasu's brother, born from Izanagi's right eye. His domain is the night, the moon, and the subtle, mysterious side of the cosmos. While Amaterasu is all about bright, obvious life, Tsukuyomi is about the quiet reflection of the moon, the hidden movements of the tides, and the calm that descends when the world sleeps. But here's the catch. He's notoriously reclusive. In most myths, he does his job, shining quietly, but doesn't get involved in all the divine drama. He once killed a food goddess in disgust over how she prepared a meal, which led to a permanent split between him and Amaterasu. The sun and moon never meet directly, creating day and night. So, yeah, he's basically the introverted, possibly slightly OCD god who keeps to himself and gets annoyed by bad table manners. He reminds us that not all power is loud or attention-seeking. Some power is found in quiet consistency, in the unseen forces that shape the world, while everyone else is busy chasing the spotlight.
Izanagi and Izanami, the creator gods. Before anything else, there were Izanagi and Izanami, the divine couple who literally birthed Japan and its pantheon. Imagine two cosmic architects given a celestial spear and told to stir the primordial chaos. They stood on the floating bridge of heaven, dipped the spear into the swirling void, and when they lifted it, drops from the tip formed the first island. Then they did what any young couple does. They got married. Their first attempts at creation were a bit of a flop, birthing a leech's child due to Izanami speaking first in their ritual. But after correcting their approach, they began to spawn the islands of Japan, mountains, rivers, trees, and eventually the gods themselves. It was going great until Izanami died, giving birth to the fire god Kagetsuchi. Izanagi, heartbroken, followed her to Yomi, the underworld, trying to bring her back. But he broke his promise not to look at her, finding her a decaying, maggot-infested corpse. Terrified, he fled, sealing the entrance to Yomi and permanently separating the living from the dead. This act created the cycle of life and death in the world. So these are the original cosmic parents, full of creative power, passion, love, grief, and a touch of gross-out horror. Their story is the ultimate origin tale, showing that even gods make mistakes, grieve profoundly, and occasionally forget basic rules about not looking behind closed doors in the underworld.
Inari Okami, the god of rice and foxes. Inari is probably the most popular and relatable Shinto kami. You've almost certainly seen their shrines, bright orange gates and fox statues everywhere. Inari is the god of rice, sake, agriculture, fertility, business, and general prosperity. Basically, everything you need to live well and keep your online business afloat. But here's the twist. Inari is served by foxes, called kitsune. These aren't just pets. They're messengers, guardians, and often shape-shifting tricksters who bridge the gap between the divine and human worlds. Inari themselves can appear as male, female, or even genderless. Sometimes they're an old man, sometimes a young woman, sometimes a celestial being. This fluidity makes them incredibly adaptable and approachable. People pray to Inari for good harvests, successful ventures, and even safe travel. It's like having a cosmic venture capitalist who also ensures your ramen is always fresh. The foxes symbolize wisdom, cunning, and the spirit of the harvest. They're often depicted with keys or scrolls, representing access to abundance and knowledge. So if you're looking for a god who understands the grind and appreciates a good yield, Inari is your kami. Just remember to offer some rice and maybe a fried tofu to their fox messengers.
Hachiman, the god of war and archery. Hachiman is a more complex kami, often seen as the divine protector of Japan and the imperial line. He's the god of war, archery, and cultural arts. Imagine a samurai general who also appreciates a good haiku. He's often conflated with Emperor Ojin, making him a powerful example of how divine and human history intertwine in Shinto. His worship rose during the samurai era as warriors prayed to him for victory in battle. He's depicted with a bow and arrows, embodying strength and martial skill, but also the disciplined mind required for mastery. But Hachiman isn't just about aggression. He's also associated with culture, peace, and the prosperity that comes from a well-ordered society. It's like the ultimate warrior ethos. Fight hard when necessary, but always for the sake of peace and cultural flourishing. He's the kami you pray to when you need courage, strategic thinking, or just want to make sure your archery skills are on point. He represents the protective, often fierce spirit of the nation, reminding everyone that defense requires strength, but true strength also embraces art and order.
Kami, the general concept of Shinto gods. Beyond these major deities, Shinto is filled with millions of kami. This is where it gets really interesting, because a kami isn't just a god in the Western sense. It's a spirit, a force, a profound essence that can reside in almost anything. Mountains are kami, rivers are kami, trees, rocks, waterfalls, ancient trees, even important historical figures like emperors or skilled artisans can become kami. It's like the universe is constantly vibrating with spiritual energy, and kami are the focal points of that energy. There are kami of your home, kami of your ancestors, kami of your local ramen shop. They're everywhere, not distant or abstract, but woven into the fabric of everyday life. This means that instead of a few omnipotent gods watching from afar, Shinto sees divinity in the mundane, the beautiful, the powerful, and even the slightly scary. Every rustle in the leaves, every powerful wave, every perfectly ripe fruit, it all carries the essence of kami. It's an animistic worldview that says the sacred isn't separate from the natural world. It is the natural world. So when you walk through a Japanese forest, you're not just seeing trees. You're walking among gods, spirits, and the living essence of creation itself. It's a constant reminder that the world around you is alive, profound, and worthy of deep respect.